All right, guys, so starting out, we're going to drain our coolant. You're just going to take this cap off to release any vacuum, and then you're going to come underneath. And you can catch this in a clean bucket and recycle your coolant, or if it's old coolant, you might as well go ahead and change it. So you're just going to look inside this hole right here, and it's going to be a Phillips head, and you're just going to unscrew this bolt, and the coolant will flow right out. All right, so once you've drained it, you're just going to come over here, loosen up this 10 mil right here, 10 mil back here, and then you're going to grab this, just kind of wiggle it out. There you go. A little bit of tension. Make sure you don't pull hard on any cables, but it just kind of wiggles out. Then release this clip right here. You just push on these tabs and pull out. All right, guys, just so you have a good idea, you push in on these tabs, and you see these little tabs right here. And so it's holding in here on this groove, right? So you just push them in and pull out, and this is what it looks like once you've pulled it out. And then we're just gonna push this out to the side. Once you've taken off and you've loosened up these bolts right here, you're just gonna, or clamps I should say, you're just gonna pull out and wiggle this duct right here, just like that, and put that to the side. All right, guys, next we're gonna disconnect our throttle body. It's a good idea to disconnect your battery first anytime you're working with electrical equipment. So I'm just gonna go ahead and disconnect it. You just push it on this tab over here on the side, you see right there, and pull it out. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Next, we're gonna remove these bolts. It's gonna be one on the upper right here, 2, 3, and 4. It's hard to see on the bottom right corner, but you remove those and the throttle body comes right out. All right, guys, once you remove those 4 bolts, it'll probably just fall out like this, and you're gonna wanna take these clamps off, one right here, and the second one back here. There it is. And with those clamps off, you'll be able to disconnect these lines and pull out the throttle body completely. All right, guys, just so you're aware, this lines right here that go to the throttle body, they're on there pretty tight, or they could be on there pretty tight. As you can see, there's some rust there, so it was pretty good, well wedged in there. What I did was I just used this style of plier right here, and we'll kind of just put this hose back over here. I kind of just grab the tip like this, gently, not too roughly, and you kind of just use this as leverage. You try to spin it on there first, and that tends to break it free, and then you just slowly pull up. Be gentle with it, you don't want to be too aggressive with it. So here's the throttle body removal, pretty straightforward. Again, you can do those 4 bolts and then those 2 lines. They are coolant lines, so they might leak out, so keep that in mind. And we're gonna clean this up because this does not look good, but we'll go over that later. And something to keep in mind is that seal right there might come with the throttle body, it might not, it might stay on there, that blue seal right there. And if you want to replace it, it has that alignment tab right there that you can put it back in. It's pretty straightforward, and we are going to clean up this throttle body because it looks rough. All right, guys, so with the throttle body off, I like to put something in here just in case, worst case scenario, something doesn't fly into the intake. I think it's better if you use a rag. I did use a paper towel here, so if you do have a rag, just use that. Maybe cover this hole up too. This is already past the air filter, so it's not a bad idea. I'm gonna cover this up now. But looking in here, the thermostat is back there. That's that one bolt you can see over there. That bolt right there is one of the thermostat bolts. We're gonna take off these 2 lines, so that clamp right there and that clamp back there. See if I can get, yeah, there we go. Both those lines have to come off, so you're gonna undo those clamps and pull those lines off. So here's another angle, guys. Again, there's that bolt to the thermostat, and these are the 2 lines you're gonna remove. Once you move those clamps back, keep in mind that as you pull them out, there might be coolant in there. So have a catch pan underneath your car ready to catch any coolant that might still be in those lines. All right, guys, so next we're just gonna be taking off those bolts to actually connect the thermostat into the engine. And as you can see, it's this one bolt over here, there's one over here off to the right, and then one below that, but I'll show you a better picture once I take it off so you guys can really see where they're at. Guys, as you're pulling out that thermostat, keep in mind that there might be some excess coolant in there, so just have a catch pan underneath your car, so when you pull it out, that coolant falls on your catch pan. All right, guys, so once you take those bolts out, as you can see, there's that left one to the right and then one below it. They're pretty easy to see, not too hard to get to. This little setup right here worked perfectly for all three. Just an extension and a deep well. But you should be fine with a short socket. Should be no big deal. For some reason on mine, I had a 10 mil, 8 and 8. So I guess, I don't think it comes like that. So I'm guessing they lost the bolt and replaced them. So yeah, this is it. Once you undo those bolts, you just pull it out and that's it. Your thermostat is out. All right, guys, she is in. That is dope. So a little tip, it might help you, it may not. What I did was I put both the bolts in here and I guided it in there. And then I grabbed this last bolt, because this one's pretty easy to get to with your hand. So then I grabbed this last bolt, I started it, and then I wiggled my hand over here. It's not the easiest thing, but make sure you start with your hands if possible, or very lightly with the tools, so that way you don't cross thread or anything crazy like that. So yeah, guided these two in, kind of held them, got my left hand, started the next one, hand tightened these, and then I put the ratchet on there, and just go evenly. You want this to sit evenly. I mean, it has this gasket right here, so just keep that in mind. Yep. All right, guys, so once you tighten your thermostat bolts, obviously we're just gonna work in reverse. So you grab the smaller line, put it on the top, get the clamp on there, do a little tug, make sure she's on there good. Then you get the big hose, put it on there as well, clamp as well. Nice little tug, everything's good and secure. And then we'll start throwing our throttle body back in. But actually, before we throw it in, we are gonna go to AutoZone and get some throttle body cleaner, because this is not ideal, guys. If it looks like this, you want to go ahead and give her a clean. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. So I forgot to show the process of cleaning it, guys. I didn't record it, I'm sorry, but just get some throttle body cleaner, give it a spray, give it a scrub, and this is looking way better. So we're just gonna install this right back in there. We're gonna put the lines in and then put the bolts in. All right, guys, so get those fours started by hand. Make sure you get them all by hand first, so you don't cross thread any, just in case. And then run them down bit by bit so it seats together, and then put these lines back in, the bottom one here and the top one back over here, and put those clamps back in. All right, guys, back up here, just put this tubing back in, make sure it lines up right here and over here, clamp it down. Don't over tighten it, but don't forget to tighten it. Put this bad boy back in. Hold on, I'm out of breath, guys. It's been a long process to get here. Put this back in here and then slide. It lines up on this pin up here. Oh, there you go. Here we go, turn this clamp. There you go, turn that clip so it lines up on each side of the tabs. And just push her in, and she's good. And up here, you are done. So with everything put back together, now we can reconnect our battery, and we're gonna have to top off our coolant. Don't forget to top off your coolant, that's very important. They sell these cool little kits on Amazon. I didn't record myself doing it, but they sell these cool little kits on Amazon to help you burp the system, so that way there's no air in your system. We just did that. We turned her on, let her get hot, and ran her for a little bit, and our coolant is still low, so we're waiting for this to cool down to top her off. Do not open this while the car is hot, because it will blow up and you will get burnt, so be careful with that. And then after that, you're pretty much done.